Wow!
What's up YouTube? Wow here and welcome to part 2 review of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Please check out part 1 by clicking here. Today I'll be sharing 3 additional quotes from the book, so let's go. I want you to think of your proudest moment in life. I bet it wasn't easy or painless. It probably came in the face of your greatest adversity. Now, I also want you to think of your lowest moment in life. I bet it wasn't easy or painless either. Since you're still here, you probably came out stronger and more resilient, learning a few valuable lessons along the way. You see, pain is essential for growth. It's like growing your muscle. No pain, no gain. And if someone is worse than you at something, it's likely because he hasn't been through all the painful learning experiences you have. If someone is better than you at something, then it's likely because he has failed at it more than you have. But at some point of our lives, we're all conditioned to intuitively avoid failure and stick to what we're already good at. In other words, we became complacent in our comfort zone. We stopped taking risks and our growth flattened. That's why it's so important to get out of your comfort zone once in a while and be willing to fail at something again. Ultimately, success is not built on success. It is built on pain and failure. To welcome our pain is also to welcome our growth potential. Many of us feel like we need to be motivated in order to do something. And to get motivated, we need a certain amount of inspiration. The linear sequence goes like inspiration, motivation, then action. But the problem is that inspiration only seems to strike us randomly and sporadically, which means we'll only be motivated enough to take action randomly and sporadically. So, how do we fix this? Here's something that most of us don't realize. Inspiration, motivation, and action is not a linear sequence. It's an endless loop. And you can start wherever you want to start. If you lack the inspiration or motivation to take action, then do something. Anything, really. Even the smallest action could soon give you further inspiration and motivation to take more actions. This is what Mark Manson called the do something principle. It's very similar to the 2-minute rule from Atomic Habits by James Clear. So, next time, if you're putting off a major task, don't sit around and wait for inspiration to hit. Just do something. It could be as small as reading for 2 minutes or taking a quick shower. Those are the very actions whose reactions you should harness to give you more inspiration and motivation to take even further actions. Once you do something, even the smallest task of all, the transition to doing larger tasks will seemingly become much easier. At the end of the day, accomplishment comes not from being talented or feeling inspired. It comes from taking action. It's worth remembering that for any change to happen in our life, you must be wrong about something. The funny thing is, we don't actually know what constitutes a positive or negative experience. Some of the most difficult and stressful moments of our lives ended up being the most meaningful and important. Some of the most gratifying experiences of our lives turn out to be the most devastating. All that we know for certain is what hurts in the moment and what doesn't. And that doesn't mean much at all. The human brain is imperfect. We forget and misinterpret events all the time. We mistake things we see or hear. Our brain is always trying to construct what makes sense almost entirely based on what we already believe and experienced. And even if we see evidence that contradicts our beliefs, we don't want to let go of it. As a result, all of us are biased and inaccurate to some extent. And guess what? We're the worst observers of ourselves. When we are upset, angry, or jealous, we're almost always the last one to figure it out. We should always be showing a degree of healthy skepticism towards our own intentions, motivations, and emotions. Trust your feelings less because they are very unreliable. Being wrong is often very painful. It forces us to consider a different or even opposing value of our beliefs. But the acknowledgement of our own ignorance opens up for growth. Here's a simple reality. If it feels like you are certain and right and everyone else is wrong, if it feels like it's you versus the rest of the world, chances are it's just you versus yourself. Folks, here you have it, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I hope you enjoy all the quotes from the book. Please subscribe and also follow me at Wow Book Review on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Words of wisdom. Peace out.